Such a beautiful day. Love working out here in the hot sun. Working at my own pace. You know, not working too hard, but working up a good sweat for sure. Check it out. This is the icing on the cake. Doing a big non-ferrous load here, so I got a whole bunch of stuff here. At the back is the best stuff. There's number 1 copper, number 2 some number 1 insulated, number 1 Bear Bright copper, Bear Bright, and this is coated copper. And I think last time I brought in a whole bunch of that stuff, they gave me Bear Bright as well. So I'm going to ask them for that again. I did a whole bunch of wire stripping. A lot of this stuff is just my winter's worth of wire that I've kept aside. And some of this stuff too, my dad is an electrician and he gets some of this stuff from his job sites that he's on. So he saves it all for me, which is really nice. These 4 aluminum rims are from my Jimmy that I scrapped out. And then a whole bunch of aluminum copper rads. It is air conditioning season again. These things are awesome. I really have it down to a good science on how to take the metal brackets off. I use an angle grinder now, and I just do it on the end of my tailgate here. And I have a big sheet that I put out just to catch all of the little noodles that you cut off, and I just scoop them all up, and that's where. And the noodles are copper number 2. But motors down there, some motors, air compressor motors there. And I forgot I have all these ACRs to put on the truck too. Just about to lift these up. Usually I have the truck running. I don't want to do that right now. I don't know, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. A friend told me it's better for the winch, for the motor, if you have the truck running, because you know, uses some something about amperage or something. I don't know. Anyways, not gonna bother this time. This thing is still working out very well for me. I'm loving it. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I would have had to have a lift of some sort, or I would have had that crane bolted down again. But I'm glad I bought this for sure. So I'm going to put that on the truck and those, and that'll be it. Then I'm going to hit the road. Wow, that was pretty good. Pretty good, man, oh man. Grand total was $6.26.50. You look it over if you want. Biggest ones were, of course, the aluminum copper rods and the rims, 53 bucks. That was the old sheet was a what should we call it? That was the radiator from my Dodge. Bear Bright, 3 buckets, 123 bucks, $3 a pound. Copper 1, insulated number 1, copper number 2. So that was I had my blue pail full of copper 2, and also that nickel coated, the plated copper that I stripped. So there's only 40 cents difference between that and Bear Bright, so it really doesn't matter what kind of price. Copper's copper. So yeah, the laptops, 30 cents a pound, got $11.40. Electric motors and extruded aluminum. That was all the aluminum that I got from my drop-off bin. Some shop dropped off a whole bunch of really nice aluminum. And copper content, that was the compressors. Sweet. Made a whole bunch of money. Now I'm just gonna go spend it all. I'm at an auction. So there it is there. A whole bunch of furniture on the front lawn. It's pretty tight here, so I folded in my mirror. But I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah, anyways, I'll take you along and I'll just do a quick shot of everything that's there. Today? Very good. Very good.
Yes, I bet. Like, isn't she being honest? Well,
my brother said he's now married in a house living in Toronto.
I don't remember to keep my bed. No.
That's very light. They're just starting the auction right now, actually. I can hear them just starting. But they're starting at the wagon with all that glass, all those glasses and dishes and stuff. Not interested. I showed you those aluminum tubes. Those aluminum tubes are very, very light. It feels like you're picking up a pop can. It's just so light. I'd buy them, but it would have to be dirt cheap for me to buy those. So I'm not really interested in those aluminum tubes, but what I am interested in, there's on some other wagons that I didn't film, there's a couple milk crates full of snap-on wrenches and sockets. So I'm gonna bid on it. I'm gonna go pretty high too if I have to, because I know, like, I was just looking at it and I saw a wrench, and the wrench was yeah, it's pretty tight right here now. People are almost skimming my truck here. But no, this wrench that I saw, it was a 1.5 inch snap-on wrench. I just looked it up and they're selling on eBay for close to $100 per wrench. And then that was just one tool inside this big crate, and it was all snap-on. The other one were a whole bunch of, I think it was a big drive. It must have been a half inch or more, maybe an inch, 3/4 inch drive. I think that's what it was. So sockets, it was a big one, and it was like a 2.5 inch socket snap on. So I'm thinking I can make some good money. I'm just kind of looking them up right now. It looked like that's a 6-point. The one that I saw was a 12-point. It's a 12-point socket. So I'm gonna bid on it pretty high if I have to, because I'm pretty sure I can make my money back on just selling a couple of these things. Anyways, here, I'll let you listen. They're already bidding. He's starting to do his little rambling auction voice. And so I'm just gonna go and see what I can get. So guys, back home from the auction. It's pretty late, it's almost 9 o'clock. It was a very good day, very good. So got a bunch of stuff. I spent about 120 bucks in total at the auction. Yeah, 128. That was with tax and everything. I'll show you what I bought. Bought these wasp nest simulators. These work really well, actually. We use them all the time, because wasps won't build nests when they see a competitor's nest nearby, so they'll find somewhere else to build a nest. So I got a whole bunch of them here. Bought this, and then it came with a whole bunch of different knickknacks. It's not all here, but this is mainly why we bought the lot. Paid 10 bucks for the lot, and we're going to use a bunch of these and then maybe sell the rest at the flea market. They're from Dollarama, and they sell for $1.50 each at Dollarama. So I think try and sell for $1, and you'll probably make your money back just from that. We got this pegboard. Mainly bought it for the kids to put their Nerf guns on, because they have a whole bunch of Nerf guns, and they like to do a fort and have like battles. So we thought that it'd be kind of neat for him to put all of his Nerf on the inside here, and then use it as like a little fort, so they could have shooting battles. They like to do that sort of stuff. I bought this toolbox for $40, and it was a kind of a blind, yeah, 42 bucks. It's kind of a blind purchase. I didn't really remember what was in here when I bought it. But I feel okay about it. Not very many snap-on tools, but there are these other big wrenches. I'm going to put them all together and see if I have all the sizes. But I did have these snap-on tools here, some sockets. So yeah, just these ones here, old wrench, that's snap-on. But this guy here, I think is what I can make my money back. Just on this one wrench right here. It's a double and 1 1/16 and a 1/4 inch. So there you go. A couple other things here, but these 2 axes. This one's pretty nice. Bought these 2 axes for $5, and this little lot here, I paid $2 for this. There's just a couple jugs of mineral spirits, which I don't have, so thought, hey, why not? You know, $2 for all that. And it comes with this little thing here. Has some knives, this wire brush, which I would use, and yeah, aside from the knives and the tape, really not much else in there. Some of these tie straps. This lot here, I bought this lot here for $2. I didn't really want it, but you know, $2, why not? Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of nails in there. In here, there's some bigger ones, some spikes. So I'll go through this. I'll sort through this a little bit and find all the good nails like this, and I'll put them aside in a box, and then I'm going to bring that to the flea market because I got a lot of nails. I don't need any more. I don't need to keep any. Actually, those are pretty big. Maybe I'll save some. What are these? Yeah, I think I got this lot for $2. Yeah, I got it pretty cheap. A whole bunch of these old bottles. There's a Crush. This one is called a wishing well. Drink wishing well. Never heard of it. Thought there was another interesting one down in here. Maybe that was it. So there's that one, and then yeah, this one's Stubby. Never heard of Stubby before. It's kind of cool. Zip in every sip. There's a whole bunch of these other bottles. So, you know, stuff like this I would have normally have passed up on, but I've just really have been enjoying the flea market, and I've been doing really well at the flea market. So this is perfect flea market type stuff. Everything any other way, I wouldn't really be able to sell it. Usually pass up on stuff like that. And this last lot, I think I paid $10 for this. I didn't want to have to pay that much, but I did. There's not really... Well, I guess there's some few good things in here. Little funnel. I wanted this oil can because I'm using the transmission fluid with the acetone, and the acetone, I'm using like some Windex bottles, and the acetone keeps on breaking the plastic, so I'm going to use something like that. And then, so you got some other stuff to go with it. White grease comes in handy. Oh yeah, and this was in there. Pure spring bottle. It's pretty nice. These things, man, always at every auction I always seem to find these are the what should we call it, oil change fuel, the oil filter, sort of oil filter remover. Bunch of other bottles down in here, so these always come in handy. And yeah, what's that one? Bio degreaser and parts cleaner. That's pretty good stuff. Chainsaw, bar oil, and this is good. Anti-seize, very good. This little box here, I paid $7. So I have a whole bunch of wrenches in there. I'm gonna go through them all and see what sizes I have here, because I think I'm missing a couple for my sets, and then the other ones that then I'll put them all together and I'll sell them at the flea market. No, just kind of generic brands. Nothing really. There's no snap-on in here or anything. Oh wait a minute, there's a snap-on right there. Cool. Don't really know what the deal is with snap-on. It's kind of like Armani for mechanics. The mechanics, I guess it's just like a really expensive brand that mechanics is sought after. I bought a couple, paid $4 for these 4 things here. A couple funnels and 2 gas cans. So I just bought that for myself.